Just gonna double check audio is all okay. All right then, hello everybody. Welcome to BRL Season 13, Round 2 here at Kota. We've got 18 drivers out the grid. It could be 19 by the end of qualifying. We're just waiting on Pablos to see if he will join or not. But we had a very interesting round one last time, and it's likely going to leave the top three very happy. Rose, Wolfie, and Kodoy at the end of things. But right now, though, we've got a few new faces um, for this season at least. A few of these people have been racing here before, but yeah, a few new faces for the start of this season. Bald, the main one there, in the McLaren. And we also, I believe, have Jalen, who was not raced here for a little while, but he is back. I don't know if there's anybody else. Balu, actually, another one here who has rarely raced, actually, here, and decides to get the racing started a little bit early here as he dives. I believe that was actually Mucho Kappa, yeah, it was. However, we're going to start seeing the very first laps immediately. So we're going to go on to them. Let's have a look now. Kadon barreling into turn one. It's pretty unsighted, the first apex, but most people probably have some line on to dictate where to brake. And here we go now through turn two, and now this section should be flat out if you're all brave enough. Let's have a look. Kadon through the right, left, and right again. Might need to lift though. He's got a pretty bad line through there, and he definitely needs to lift, even brake actually. Goes to fourth gear through here, looks pretty nice. Make sure to try and clip the curb as much as you can, but make sure you don't spin, and then make sure you also don't go too wide here. Kadon looks to have done that decently well there. Let's make sure here, I'm not just awful on protection, am I? I don't believe I am. However, though, into what is pretty much a hairpin here on that left turn. It's incredibly slow, incredibly just, yeah, pretty bad, waiting to scale the power. However, we're going to now have a lovely flowing section coming up as we go through DRS straight and now into the corner, which ends sector 2. Looks pretty good. Try and cut the inside as much as you can, but Kadon does leave quite a lot of that to be desired. Let's see now, sector 3. Looking pretty nice. Third gear, keep the power steady, but make sure you don't go too glary on the exit there. And I think Kadon did that okay. Looks to be third gear through here. Would definitely suggest second with a shift up to third rather than pure third there. Now it's completely flat out through here. Kadon's doing exactly that. But he's being very, hesitant on the steering wheel here, but it looks pretty nice through that left there. You've got to be very committed, and I think he's done pretty well to go and do that. Third gear for the final corner. Don't make sure you lose the back end there. It's pretty easy to. But Kadon, with the first benchmark of the session there, 34.8, immediately replaced by Aiden behind as he goes for a 33.6. Who will be next for slide? I believe it is going to be a Red Bull. Nope, it's not. It's Balloon. No, it's not. I don't know who that is that's coming across the line there. Well, whoever it was, I think it was just signing out lap. Anyway, Bluebird will be the next person to come across the line to actually do a lap. Looks very leery coming out of that final corner, but will he go quicker? He will not go quicker than Aiden so far. Is it has to come across the line there? I think Mucho Capo, will he go any quicker at the minute? He goes third, but that's not enough. That's a very leery Kodoy actually coming around the final corner. And there's a few more guys coming around as well trying to set laps. He goes fastest to Exotic, then now to Jeremy Saff. So everyone's sort of setting laps here in quick succession. However, we're going to have a little bit more of a break from the quicker laps being set now, as not so in terms of time, obviously, but in terms of how frequent they are. Let's have a look now. I hate to come across the line. And there you go, look, P3, only a tenth away from pole currently. That is a quick lap right now. We're seeing our people, though, come across for their laps. Let's quick look at Ball's middle sector. Is it purple? He's usually pretty quick, and he is pretty quick around that sector there. Let's see what Budget Bruce can do here. A pretty decent first round, in fact, considering what he was doing last season. Didn't have a great exit there, but he is P7 for now. Who else? Wolfie is waiting to do his. There's Mercedes coming around for another lap. I don't believe that will be affecting us too much. Who else is coming around at the minute? I don't know who that... who's that car? It's Blackbone. And Bald actually backs out the lap there too. Not sure what happened, but no, he's not happy with it. He's gonna... well, he definitely had a mistake. I'm assuming anyway. He definitely didn't have any need to do that normally. But anyway, his teammate G Benny there goes sick fastest. Bald definitely set more representative time for that one. Cole Pilgrim coming across the line now, only P10, but obviously he's got a lot of time to prove that one. And we got a few people still trying to do some laps a minute. Baloo, who was on a lap, but I think he's actually going to use this one to maybe have a delta. Let's have a look. Oh, never mind. He's well wide. He definitely needs to come pit in on this lap, and he will do. Interestingly enough, actually, something that is going to catch up some people, I think, is the pit entry. We've seen it a few times in the past round Kota here. We have seen people literally smash into the pit entry. Pablo's actually asking for an invite here. 1 second. I did not see Discord at the minute. I don't know why it's not coming up on my phone. Where are you, Pablos? I don't know if I see you online. That's a bit of an issue. I know someone. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to type the EA to you. Hold on. Sorry about this. Yeah, anyway. Wolfino going to come across the line in a moment. Let's see what his time to be very quickly. 32.4. Lovely lap. And let's see now who else can come across the line. Rosie's going to start a lap. Let's see what Blackburn will do come across the line in a minute. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to also type out this. But anyway, no, Blackburn goes second fastest. Oh, although apparently Blackburn's already joined. I think not Blackburn, Pablos, sorry. My God, I'm sort of okay. It's all good. Never mind. We're all fine. We can look away from the phone now. Anyway, yeah, Rose currently fast sector 1. He's going on a pretty good lap so far. Rhea Harris is another one who's going on a pretty decent lap. Let's see where he is going to match up in that second sector. It's pretty bad, though, coming out of that exit, but looks to be a decent sector there. Definitely still is purple, apparently, by the looks of the mini-map. Jalen looks to be pulling off to the side there to make sure Rhea Harris isn't interrupted on his lap. Rose, though, trying to get through to the rest sector 2 in a minute. Let's see, then these guys also doing another lap that I didn't see. Looks like Mucho Capo's starting his second one there, so he's already pretty quick with that one. But anyway, Rhea Harris will be the person we're watching next across the line. I've got some expectations of him to be in the top 3 once again, but he did have a bit of a snappy exit there. Let's see. Goes to the top, makes sense there. Definitely one of our contenders. And Rose, well, would have been one of our contenders there, but he is backed out of his lap for being invalid. So, interesting enough, Rosie's not got a banker lap, and he might to use another set of soft tyres. We'll have to wait and see. Not sure he's going to try and plan on doing another lap now, just coming to the pit lane. Let's have a look. Yeah, it comes to the pit lane. But yeah, no, once again, the pit entry wall. I've seen some people just lock up a little bit too much, make it a little bit too late, and then just tap the wall. It looks pathetic, but it's what people have done in the past. I think Blackbone, one of the drivers to do so in the past. I think, I believe I've seen Jeremy Saff do it, if my memory serves me correctly, or might have been John Meister, who's definitely a bit of a throwback to some people. But anyway, right now, our grid is mostly just waiting for their second lap to be completed now. Rhea Harris already done his lap. Baloo starting his first lap, and we've got a few people on their second laps right now. Mucho Capo was one of them, but has decided to bail out of it and is only P12 right now. Kadom looks to keep going with his own lap though here. Let's see how he's going to do. It's just so he really leaves time on that curb there. I'm not too sure why. He's got some free time to pick up as long as he clips it pretty well. But he doesn't really, which is kind of interesting to be honest. I mean, I really thought Kadom would be able to go and do that, but nevertheless, he's still going to do some laps. Anyway, I'm the one in the commentary box, well, the commentary box being my room, and they're the ones driving the controllers or wheels or anything else like that. So they're the ones doing the things that I want them to do. And this is drive, and yeah, I'm going off a bit of a tangent here. But anyway, Kadom goes ahead of Carl Pillar. Let's see where Baloo's going. He's going quick in that middle sector. Who else can be going quick in a minute? Jerry Sappy hundreds up. Some people trying to do their second lap set. Rhea Harris, one of them. Henson starting his. Aiden already 4/10 up as well. Roger Bruce starting his. Kadom. We just saw him actually do a lap there, so he's pulling off to the side. Baloo now, I think, through turn 17 here. I'm not sure the amount of corners on this coast track. We might count them, actually, on someone's on board if we see where they are. But anyway, Baloo to the line. It's close for pole, but not enough at the minute. Bald will definitely try and respond with his own lap there. And Kadom, I think, is just doing a bit of drifting for fun now. So, yeah, anyway, Bluebird starting one of his laps. Aiden being actually mostly through one of his laps. Let's see what he's going to do. Kodo needs to make sure he doesn't hold him up. It's very tight track limit set for Hayden, but I think he'll be just going to get away with it as long as he doesn't lure in the final corner. It looks to be all good. Was this time? P4, lovely lap. Jeremy South, a few hundredths up, so let's see. Is he going to be doing anything with this lap? We don't know. Let's have a look. They come across the line. He gets a really nice final sector. He is up as well. There is someone going across the southern lap. Pablos there. And I think that's... No, it's not Bald. It's G. Benny signing his lap. So I'm trying to now really see who is where as all the laps start coming in. Rhea Harris is here on another lap. He was, I believe. Let's see. 3:10 sub. Would he go even quicker on this lap? He does indeed. He's losing a little bit of time in the final sector, but I don't think he'll be caring that much about that. Hedson, 7.5 down and invalidated, so he is not going to be doing any more laps. Roger also, few tenths up. He'll finish the lap he's on, and he goes P9. Not too bad of a lap there, too. Let's see who else is currently doing laps at the minute. Blackbone is starting what it is. Is that ball coming across the line now? It is. 2 tenths up in a minute, but remember, in an awful final sector. And it goes to pole there by half a second almost. Brilliant lap for him. Interestingly enough as well, I'm also looking at the weather. And this looks very overcast here. I'm not sure there's any rain. Because even last race, when we were seeming to be having rain... Oh, Bluebird. Oh, that was very close. Maybe deciding when to go to pit lane or not. But he just manages to make it there. Anyway, though, yeah. I want to actually see what the forecast is for some of these races here. I'd assume it's going to be pretty close. Oh, was Kodoi very snappy on the rear end there, losing the time that he probably would have gained from that whole lap. Aiden as well into the pit lane. It's pretty hard to pick up a lap here. Jeremy South invalid as well. Bald, not going for a different lap there. I thought he was for a second. But yeah, it looks pretty overcast here, and we were actually kind of tricked last time out in Australia, where we were like, oh, there's no rain. Everyone also reporting no rain. Approximate weather came up and went, there is rain midway through the race. So, you never know what's going to happen, but we'll just have to wait and see now, as Rose completely missed it. He goes fastest by 100th, though, so it's very close, actually, out there. I completely missed him even setting a lap, so incredibly sorry that, Rose, but yeah, your lap has not been seen by myself at all. Also, as you talk about, in fact, there could be rain in this race, I do not know. Trying to figure out who some of these people are actually going across the start of their laps. It's honestly a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Ball's coming into the pit lane. That is a yellow flag. I don't know what that's for, but yellow flag for Wolfie, who's actually starting his lap, I guess. Yellow flag Cole Pillow, he's starting his lap. Aston of Exotic Swords, no, he's finishing his lap. You see what I mean? There's a lot of people got to look out, keep an eye out for, but it's just pretty good to always keep flashing between them all. Kodoi is not doing a lap at the minute. Let's see who else is doing a lap. Wolfie, I think, is the only one who is. Colpillar as well. Muchikapo's side is 2. It'd be a lot easier if I had my own TV direction here. It'd be so much easier. But, yeah, no, we're just going to have... I think, Wolfie, really wide there. He's got back out of that one, surely. He's got to hurry back to the pits, get back out there for one more lap on a set of fresh tyres. If he hasn't, let's have a look. He's got no set of fresh tyres. He's only used one set of tyres this whole time. Yeah, 3 lap on softs. I mean, fair play to Wolfie being up in P5 then. That's a pretty good lap that he's put in. Anyway, though. Thought my audio went down for a second. Anyway, just Colpillo looks to be doing pretty decent there. Everyone's pretty much in the pits, bar a few people. Wolfie most likely bailing out of his own lap. And it's just Mucho Capo and Colpillo who have to track to themselves right now. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. I think we might see a bit of traffic here too, as Colpillo, if he was, if he had a mistake or anything, or what, but he's just purposely validated that lap, it looked like. Anyway, Mucho Capo, the man behind him, 6,000 up, let's see. He's a few tenths up now, he does need an improvement, and right now it's put to P12 roughly, if he keeps this going. So let's see, has he got any more in him in this final sector? Let's see it. As there's a Colpillar there posted on the right-hand side there. He's a bit pretty well on this lap. Let's see. Mucho Capo coming round these final few corners. These are always tricky scores on track, I think. I mean, the whole track is pretty difficult, actually, to set a lap together. But these last few corners, awful. And as you can see there, Mucho Capo felt the pressure a little bit there through those final corners. Yeah, he does go P12. Definitely lost a bit of time there in those final corners. Let's see. Is Colpillar going to go for another lap? He is. So he's at least fueled up for another lap. And I think we'll watch him. I think we're going to watch Colpillo do his lap in full. as well as see the actual turn numbers here. So yeah, turn 1, we've gone through, looks pretty good to me. He's got slightly more tyres, so you might see a little bit of wheel spin, but yeah, turn 2, already flat out. Turn 3, flat. 4 is flat. 5 is flat. 6 might be flat for some people, little lift forward there. 7 is hesitant, really. I really thought Coppola would take a bit more than that. 8 is looking pretty good, really on the curb there, doesn't go wide. 9 is pretty good there too, and it's a little kink down towards 10, and now 11. Looks pretty good on braking. He looks pretty nice there, so I definitely have got the corner of turn 17 wrong. I think that, I mean, necessarily actually is only 6 corners coming up to that corner. I don't know, but anyway, we're just counting all the corners, just make sure I know, hopefully, when I get into the race. Turn 12, and he's once again a lot of margin, which I don't understand. People can cut that more than they think. But anyway, 13 now looks pretty decent from Colpillo, getting the power on nicely. 14 looks quite nice too, and it actually might be turn 17 here, as I think it's actually double right. So through 15 here, and he got tied up a little bit over 16 now, and then he got to go to 17 here. It's almost flat, but he's got a car ahead of him, maybe give me a bit of dirty air. And now for the final turn, turn 18, and he turns it in nicely. Is the exit nice? It's not nice. It's not nice. And it's only P16 for Colpillo. The two people actually need laps a minute, Pablos and Jalen. Both of them desperately need a lap in a minute, P18 and P19. However, the first man who is to be coming across the line is going to be Aiden. Let's see the time. 40 seconds left. I think the last person across the line will be Wolfie. And yeah, I think it'll be okay to do this last sector 30 seconds. He'll be okay. Let's see now, though. Aiden, I don't know what time his first sector said, but let's see if he's up by the end of that second sector. If he's not, we'll get away from him and see what other people are doing. Let's see now. Aiden, he's fractionally up, so we'll keep on him for a minute. Who is going to be next on the road, though? Let's have a look. I think it'll be Pablos there. Let's see. Obviously, he's not up, but he's saying actually a very similar time there to Aiden. That was a spin, I believe, or someone having an off. I don't know. Anyway, though, we're going to really quickly flick back to Aiden as he's coming around the final 2 corners. Has he gained any more time in this final sector? Jump ahead of Jeremy Sam, maybe ahead of Wolfie if he had a bad final sector. Let's have a look here. Aiden across the line. He's almost ahead of Wolfie, to be fair to him, but he's not got enough on that one. Jalen retires from session. He's not saying a lap, and he'll be at the back of the grid. Let's see, though. Is Pablos. It's one and only lap here. Going to do him justice. It's going to go P5. It's a pretty good lap for him. Exotic next. He's a few tenths up. Only goes P9. The other Raster's going to come back now on Mucho Capo. Is he going to be too wide there? No, he only just stays on the track. Who's going to be next? Budget Bruce. He's invalidated his lap. It's going to be Mercedes next of Kadom. Let's see Mucho Capo come across the line. He's only P13. Kadom looks to be wide. Who's from behind him here? It's a V-carb. And I don't know who it is, but it might be Baloo, and I think it is Baloo. Let's have a look now. It's coming across the line. Looks to be a pretty nice, tiny lap from him that we saw, and it's only P4 from him in the end of things. Our Henson next one's come across the line now. Let's see where he goes. He goes P9. It's not Blackbone's come across the line. It's Colpillo who's going to come into the pit lane. Kodoy lets the Mercedes by of Rose. I can't get to inside, but will he improve? No, he will not. Another Saber come across the line there. Rhea Harris, he will not improve either. Balls has lost it in the final sector there. Who else is going even quicker now? I think Jeremy Saft needs another lap to be put in. Let's have a look where he goes here. As Bluebird, only P12 as well. I think he was one to cross the line soon. Blackbone up to 7th. Jeremy Sam up to 9th. Wolfie, the final driver, come across the line. Looking a bit wide there. And he's only in P6. I had to skip a few laps there as I was not able to reach him in time. I had to constantly shift through him. However, brilliant last few minutes of those qualifying sessions. There's no changes on pole, but damn, it is close out there. Let's see, Rose on pole position at 31.4. 31.4 as well for Bald, but he's only 9 thousandths behind. He's going to be close this race, hopefully. That mistake in the final sector, though, did cost him probably a shot at pole. Rhea Harris at 3rd, Baloo P4, Pablos P5. Lovely stuff from V-Carb there. Wolfie in P6, Blackman P7, Aiden P8, Jeremy Sapp P9, Exotic rounding off the top 10. Our Henson P11, P12 is Bluebird, P13 is Budget Bruce, G Benny P14, Mucho Capo P15, Kodoy P16, Kadon P17, Colvilla P18, and Jalen last without a time. So then, I don't know if there is absolutely anyone that has got an accurate radar here. I don't know. We obviously saw this sort of conditions in Australia. We thought it was completely dry for the race, and then suddenly a bunch of rain came down. If there is rain in this race, we are going to have some big amount of fun here. Probably everyone's gone for a dry setup as well. So, yeah, let's have a look. Blackbone, I do not know what the hell that says. Time as it feels, I second final. Like a snow. I don't know what the hell he's trying to say there, to be quite honest with you, Blackbone, mate, so I'm very sorry. But I do not understand what you're saying. However, though, what I might understand is the strategies. I don't believe this is a track we can really pull off a two-stop. It's a good track to try and do it, but I don't think it's the race-winning strategy. Race-winning strategy has got to be a one-stop. It can't be anything else. So it will be medium hard once again. People may say set softs, but that will probably only be seen for those late safety car moments, or maybe at the start. We don't know. Will someone try and jump early and then hopefully try and keep that lead? We do not know. Let's see, though, as we head towards those 5 red lights. Rose on pole, Bald, alongside. It's going to be a long set of lights, but we are underway. Rose's got a pretty good first launch, and he's covered off that second phase for Bald. Looks to be pretty active in the midfield there. Let's hope no one gets really turned round or damaged. I think there is a Alpine there who looks to be going through a few people there. I think it's Jeremy Saff. But everybody looks to be pretty much unscathed, actually, through that first sector so far. But obviously, it's still this bit in this S's here. I think there's actually going to be a little bit of contact going wide. It's the people in the background there. Bit of a cut corner there from Blackburn as well in P7, but looks to be holding on to that so far. Looks to be a few changes down the back of the field as well. Caden with Jalen, and it's going to be very tight here actually between the pair of them. Let's see though as we go even further up the field here. There's even more side-by-side here as Blue Royal Henson's actually to be turned round in the back there. Jeremy South and Mucho Capo, I believe. And now Aiden and Exotic Swords going side by side. Let's see, are any of these guys going to be trying to make a move? Is Ball going to try to make a move up the front of the field? He is not going to, but it might be a move down here. Ball, the Baloo, and Pablos here looking very close there. They're both right, actually, maybe going in for a little bit of a tangle. As our Henson, he's keeping ahead of Bluebird for now. Let's see, is Bluebird going to get anything on exit? I don't believe he will. Both the V-Cubs continuing to be side by side here. I didn't know why they're still fighting each other right now. They need to make sure they don't lose how much time to the top 4. But Baloo does get ahead. Wolfie trying to find any sort of ways through. He's on the soft tyres, so I did say that someone may choose it for the start of this race. And there we go. Someone has a Blackbone. It's got a very good view. Wolfie trying to make a move there. But he's got it all crossed up and wrong. But yeah, look at that. Wolfie, the absolute outlier. The absolute outlier in this whole field here. Look at that. The only one on the soft tyres. Everybody else choosing the medium tyres, probably keeping their strategies open. But as far as I am aware, this has got to be a one-stop race from medium to hard. I think everybody else is thinking the same thing. Wolfie maybe trying to make the softs last through that hard stint, but I don't know what he's really going to be doing here. He has made an okay start, but he hasn't really made any places up. That's his big issue. Jeremy Sapp as well, actually, I think had a pretty poor start initially, and he isn't gained any places either. A few people have gained places though. Exotic up ahead of Aiden, I think actually up ahead of our heads too, as obviously Jeremy Sapp dropped some places. Blue Red obviously up 1, Budget Bruce obviously up 1, Coda at 3, Caden at 3, not too bad from those spot. However, I'm going to turn my attention back to the front of the field. Bald and Rose side by side. Looks like Rose left that one back a little bit, but he's got a switchback potential here. Let's have a look. Ball covers off pretty nicely. There's still another chance for Rose maybe going into Sector 3, but I doubt there's going to be many sort of fights going on in this first sector, unless we get to those last few laps, and then it will all kick off, hopefully, at the front. However, though, right now, a bit struggling for a few people here. Obviously, our previous podium sitters, round 1 in Melbourne, Rose and Wolfie, they're up there pretty well. Kodoi, though, kind of struggling now that there isn't really much rain out on the track. Definitely trying his best, so anyway. He's down in P13. Obviously, he's made a few places. Has got back in DRS2, but yeah, he definitely needs a bit more in this race. We see actually a bit more fighting going up ahead there. I actually saw it just at the top of the hill. Looked very close between the 3 of these guys, but no moves made just yet. However, we're only on lap 3 at 28. This is going to be potentially some great fighting out the front. Hopefully, as long as people don't lose DRS. I'd be so happy if they don't. And Exotic Swords, though, he's one struggling out there. He's not really got much dirty air anymore, but he's still pushing the car to its absolute limit. and he's just not having much fun out there. Look, he's trying his best to get back in DRS2. It's not going to do it. Mucho Capo as well. Both the Aston boys not having much fun with track limits round here. It's only lap 3, mind you. And they've already got that 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. He's not going to get the rear wing open either. It's just be a chance to remove. But might quickly put it back to the front of the field once again. Rose once again on the inside of Ball. Goes maybe a little bit deep. But no, he makes a move. Pretty well done there. Aiden also sending it on the inside. Mostly covering off Exotic. But Exotic has found that little bit of a gap on the outside. Let's see. Is he able to go and do anything with it? Aiden leaves in the space. Exotic struggling on the rear tyres. Not able to do anything with it. Aiden up into P8, but he's going to now bridge the gap to the guys out in front there. He needs to try and get a DRS, otherwise he's susceptible to everybody behind here. I also maybe want to say, an undercut here could be pretty powerful. I don't know how exactly powerful it could be, but considering how much wear usually is in these tyres, I mean, for example, Wolfie right now is probably only a good 30% of tyres. I will not be surprised. And there we go, look. He sounds like Swords in the pit lane already. He's struggling with those rear tyres. We saw it while we were on board with him, and he's going to go, you know what, might as well try an undercut, and I don't blame him. He'll at least get some track position on him, and yeah, he gets some laps throughout the dirty air. I definitely do not blame him for doing this. He's got a 3-second penalty too. He's got to try something different if he wants to do anything better in this race, and he's going to go on the hard tyres to the end. We don't know, but it's most likely what he's going to try and do there. As right now though, Rose holding on in the lead in a minute. Ball dropping back a tiny bit, but obviously everybody is getting saved right now by this absolute DRS train. And when we actually look at it here, Jalen gets a penalty too down the back of the field. Caleb also actually did while we were looking at Exotic Swords, I believe. But look, let's look at the telemetry. Ball, max battery. Rose, though, trying to keep ahead this time of Ball. Maybe wanting that bit extra clean air for another lap. Let's see. And he does stay ahead this time. Ball trying his best to get himself back up into P1, but he can't do it just yet. Is any of the moves being made? Balu and Papos pretty close together. Let's see. Is anyone going to make a move here? I don't know, but I don't think there's going to be. There's actually moves further down the back of the field, though. Jalen and Mucho Capo, I believe. No, Jalen and Kadon. No. Yeah, Jalen. Oh! Well, I mean, definitely answers me that one now. Yeah, Jalen and Kadon coming together. Oh, my goodness me. That sounded like a bloody gunshot then, rather than just car contact. But yeah, crazy stuff. And Mucho Capo takes some twos to go round the outside through turn 15 and 16. Brilliant stuff from him. As Jaden picks up another penalty there for multiple warnings. Maybe one of them there was actually for being track with Gadon. So, yeah, we'll probably be able to possess one of them. But, yeah, we got another 23 laps going in this race right now. And, I mean, to be honest, there's not been a ridiculous amount going on. I mean, we said there's some action at the front, but yeah, there's also some action now, actually, as I say that, as Mucho Capo has been passed by Jalen. Now, Cole Pillow is actually a little bit of contact there, too. It's been very close here, but Mucho Capo decides wisely there to back out. Jalen up 5, but Cole Pillow also up 3, and about the penalties, so he is probably in the better position of the two right now. Jeremy Saka also actually trying to go on a little bit of a recovery drive here. Didn't have a great start, but he's already up another 3 places. He's going to try his best to go and do more in this race. And right now, though, Rose holding that lead. Actually was close to breaking DRS, I think, from when I was seeing him. But no, he looks still be under threat. And right now, our Henson, another one under threat here from Bluebird. He makes the corner and makes the move. Our head's trying to find any sort of power on the exit here. He's not going to find it, and it's going to be very close here. Maybe to sector 3. Let's see. Bluebird getting very twitchy on the rear end. Maybe holding our heads up a tiny bit here, but looks to me that he's made the move. And there's actually Budget Bruce tries on the inside. That was a bit audacious from Budget Bruce. But he's managed to not make crazy amounts of contact there, and more importantly, neither of them around. That's the best thing for their own race. Budget Bruce really risking it on that move, but nothing, unfortunately, is going to happen for him. Let's see, actually, ahead, though. Will there be a move made for the first corner? There is not a move made for the first corner, but there is actually behind there, as Blackbird, I think, got past Wolfie, who is now struggling on the soft tyres. He lost DRS to the top 5. He was actually really under threat from losing it a few laps ago, and I can tell them soft tyres now. They are struggling out there. I mean, look, they've already lost most of their real competitiveness here. He's really trying to fight the car, but he's just losing time on time on time. He's pushing as much as he can, and that's almost a second clear for Blackbird now, and it is a second clear. He's out of DRS, in fact, Wolfie. This is awful news for him. I don't know what this tyre wear is, but this is just disgusting for him now. I definitely want to say, though, when I said we were going on to lap 4, I believe it was, he was already at 25-30%. This is probably near 60% now. It's going to be awful for him now, really, for the rest of this race. Maybe actually 50%, obviously 60. But definitely in a lap's time, that's what it'll be. This Blackman got a little bit on the rear end there as well. Bluebird, though, trying his best to defend by Henson once again. Henson trying going to the outside, Bluebird on the inside. I think he's all okay in a minute. Let's see, actually, for budget boost spot, what it's going to look like, especially if he goes for another set. Let's have a look. He's not going to try one this time, and Bluebird also holds on to the place. Cole Pillow and Jalen also going for it. Jalen forced the edge of the track, only just, but Jalen, for a move on the inside, looks pretty nice there. Blocks Cole Pillow's line off. Lovely move from him, actually. And he's up into P14. He's definitely in a decent fight here right now. And yeah, right now as well, Wolfie into the pit lane. He's going to try the hard tyres, and he's going to try and make it go to the end. 21 laps is a big ask. I mean, we've seen Exotic actually further down the field. He's got an even bigger ask, actually. He's on 24 laps for them to do. Don't know how he's going to do it. Caden as well, actually. He's 25 laps, I think. Or 26, I don't know exactly. No, 25. No, what am I saying? He needs 23 laps on it, sorry. Roughly about that anyway. But, oh, interesting stuff. Wolfie's not on the hards. He's on the medium tyre. He's committing to a 2-stop here. Interesting thing to do, but let's see if it works. I don't know if it will, but let's just have an eye on him. As we now see, actually, the fight for the lead has gotten that bit closer. Let's see now, is Bald ready for a move now for the lead of the race? Rose double the battery. He's not got much battery left, in fact. Is Bald going to go make a move down the inside? He's not going to do it this time, but there is a swap between two V-cars here, Pablos and Baloo. Baloo actually falling out of the DRS there, so he's let his teammate through. Not really out much of a fight there now. As our heads trying to think of a move down the inside, Bluebird can't do it right now, but Bluebird actually does go a bit deep there. Let's see. Well, let's not see. Awful camera right there. However, Bluebird looks to hold his place only just. Will Heads make a move on the inside? He will not. I have a bunch of boosts behind him. Let's see now, actually. As Wolfie tries to make a move down, Mucha Capo is very careful not to make contact here, but no, I mean, he's just going to go for it, actually, here, Wolfie. He is being aggressive there, and actually, he's got a Haas helmet on. So, he's going to be happy with himself and what he's doing right now. And he's getting held up a little bit, though, by Cole Pillow. He's not going to try the inside this corner, is he? No, he's pretty much pushing the Red Bull through, and he actually has. That might need to be having a little look at there. But anyway, Cole Pillow looks to have seceded to place there now to Wolfie. Our head's on the inside there, though, as well. He's made the move. Bluebird for a switchback. Let's see if he's able to hang around the outside. He can't do it there. Henson holding off Bluebird currently. And let's see what's going to happen with Aesop in a half a lap's time once they get DRS once again. However, we're going to turn our attention back to the front of here, actually. No, we're not. We're going to turn it to Wolfie and Jalen. Jalen all off the track. Definitely hit with a bunch there, yeah, there, and now he's going to be very careful where he joins. That is incredibly close between him and Cole Pillow. I'm very glad that was not a massive crash, because that would have been awful stuff. And he's trying to get out of the way of people now. There we go. That's probably going to be him out of this race. And yeah, Baloo back through again on Pablos, but they're losing out a second lap to the guys out in front. They are not having a fun time trying to catch up with those top three. However, what is fun for them at least? Oh, as Bluebird tries to go for a send, it's not going to make it work there. They're at least probably going from Blackbow. They're 2.5 seconds clear at the minute, and that might be even more. As Bluebird, though, gets penalty there. We saw him just cut that corner. He's got 3 seconds for track limits now. Let's see how everybody else is going to fare in these next 2 laps. These will be the laps where the tyre wear is at its highest for the first stint. The fuel is at its highest. It will probably be, realistically, where you actually need to worry about it. I mean, obviously it's higher fuel in the first lap, but right now, very warm tyres, high fuel still. You are going to be set off some warnings, especially if you're in dirty air right now. And some people definitely are. Let's see now, Henson, he's dumping the battery down here. He does not want to get overtaken by Bluebird into turn 1, and it's not going to happen into turn 1. He wants that clean air into the first sector. He does not want to be sitting behind another driver, and he's got just that for his race. Exotic also, and Mucha Capo actually flying it out in a minute, which is kind of interesting. I thought Exotic would start making a bit more moves in this right now. What is Mucha Capo, his teammate there, sliding through most of those corners. Jalen also, after that pretty miserable set of corners there, does go into the pit lane. Pablos actually cuts the corner quite a lot. I don't know if these two are fighting hard or what, but look at them go. They're pretty much going right next to each other. And Pablo's actually blocked away his teammate for any good exit for that DRS. Let's see, is Beluga trying to make a bit more of a mess of it going into the third sector? He's braking a bit later here, but I don't think that'll really be enough to challenge Pablos through this third sector unless he goes for a proper set. However, it's still bringing Blackbone back into it now. Blackbone was about 3 seconds back, but he's clawed about a second. This lap, he has a little bit of a slide there on the rear tyres. Any more moves can happen. Bluebird and Edson, these two have been pretty much stuck together for the last 2 laps. So Bluebird really struggled on the rears there. I think a load of people are actually out on this track. Let's see, is anyone going to pit in the top few places? No. They want them fresh, hard tyres. Abnos, will he pit? No. Baloo, will he pit? No. I think one of the vehicles actually need to call it. They might need to try and work together as teammates here. Have one try and undercut, and if it's not going to work, have them try and tell you driver next lap. Let's have a look. But anyway, right now, our heads up the driver to pick up penalty in this race. Let's see, is there any move to turn 1 from these guys? No. Is there any move to turn 1 for these guys? It's going to be close. It's the first sail. Blue will try it. He will not try it. No movement to turn 1 for anybody there. I don't think there's really anything else to talk about in a minute. I mean, Kadon trundling along on his hard tyres at the minute. Exotic Sword's the same. Wolfie is closing to Jeremy Saff, so there might be a move being made here soon. Bluebell Heads, obviously, they're both still right together. They'll probably have a move soon. Pavlos and Baloo, maybe a move there too as well. But right now, it's pretty well managed from Rose out in front. He's keeping that clean air, and he's using just enough of his pace to then dump the battery in this second sector straight, and he's fine. Doesn't matter how quick DRS is, he's okay. And there we go, look, Baloo, once again, past Pavlos. It's actually a move a little bit further down there as Wolfie got past Jeremy Saff. Any moves being made here between Bluebird and our heads now. We're on board with Bluebird. Will he do anything here for our Hedson? He's not going to do anything here. Wolfie also past Kodoy, and he is up into P11 now. Once again, also with that pit stop, and all Kodoy having no grip on their medium tyres whatsoever, and he's having to let Jeremy Saff through now. He's going to burn up their rear tyres, and he's got to be coming in this lap. That was awful from what that grip was there. He's got to be coming in. And let's see, is everyone going to be ahead coming in? No, no one is. At the minute, I'm really surprised by this. Incredibly. Some people go earlier on the, earlier off the mediums to the hard tyres and make the hards work. This is crazy. Why is no one really trying to go for any sort of undercut? We've seen one really early on in the race. And here we go. Kodoy trying an undercut here, or maybe his tyres were just absolutely cooked. And I think it's a bit of both there. We saw his rear tyres just not working on his car whatsoever. And there we go. We've seen it now. He's in the pit lane. Let's see. He's on another set of mediums. So he's not going to be doing a one-stop, and he's not really going to be trying a proper undercut here. He's going to be on a two-stop, which I didn't think I'd see 11 laps in. I think he's not committed enough to the actual two-stop here. I think he's thought about the tyre wear and thought, oh, maybe I could try it, but I think it's too late for him already. I mean, 11 laps in, it's possible, but I think you need to commit early if you want that undercut. Anyway, though, in that time, Ball got a 3-second penalty while I was speaking about that. That is huge for the fight for the race win. That's pretty much going to put Ball out of it, unless these guys get more penalties. And yeah, Pablo said past Baloo once again. Our heads past Bluebird. Wolfie also passed the pair of them, actually. I didn't even fully see that, but there was probably a 3-1 moment between the pair of them. Bluebird locked up his right front, and he's half into our Henson there. He's pretty close, and he's really fighting the rears once again. He's going to go for a move into sector 3. No, he's not. Well, he's going to be very close, though, on the exit. Yeah, I'm expecting these guys to make pit stops. I don't know where they all are. I'm surprised they are. I guess the only two people I'm not really surprised for, the V-Car boys. They're working together at the minute, but these guys, they're not working together in the slightest. And there we go. We see another undercut. Don't put on medium tyres. Don't do a two-stop. Go on the hard tyres and go to the end, please. Budget Bruce in the pit lane. Let's have a look. Cole Phillips on 3-second penalty. Don't be like Kodoy, unless you forgot to switch his tyres. Don't go for a two-stop. He's going to put on the hard tyres. And there we go. Coldplay actually retired the session. He's in the pit lane, actually, for that one. So I think he'll be... yeah, he's all okay. There's a bunch of yellow flags flying, but it's going to be all fine. There's going to be no safety car or anything at all. And right now, though, actually, Border Harris only just keeping tabs with Rosie out in front, and I think this is once again a great time for someone to try something up in front as Bald goes a bit deep there. I think he's got to try something. Rhea Harris actually, I think, needs to be the one to try something. He's got the least CRS of the three and is almost second back now. He's got to try and at least do some sort of anything, really, just see if he can get back into the lead of this race, or at least any sort of fight for it. G. Benny, though, past our Budget Bruce here. He's going to try and go for a move on the inside. He's always careful, and he does actually think better of it in the end there. Budget Bruce now needs to make this move on Kodoi if he can. I don't know if he will, but let's see if he can. Anyway, though, I'm going to see. There we go. Rhea Harris doing what I said. He's in the pit lane. I don't know if he took the inspiration off me or if he thought, you know what, why not? But yeah, Pablos also into the pit lane as well. Blackbone maybe is going to follow. He does. Baloo stays out, his teammate there. So probably trying to work together a little bit there. One undercuts first, the other undercuts next. And here we go. Bluebird and Henson. Bluebird was going to go right to the wall there, but no, he just made it stop in time. Right. Let's see now what is going to happen. He had a flag, actually. Oh, Jerry Saff. I don't know what happened to him. He's not got a puncture, is he? I don't believe he has, but he was well off the track there. And I think everyone here is surely going to be put on the hard tyres. Bluebird onto a set of hards. Our heads onto a set of hards. Everybody onto a set of hard tyres. Surely. Jenny gets a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. Don't know how he's done that, to be honest, in sector 3. Anyway, though, let's see now. Some moves being made. It's almost full wide into the first turn there. As Kodoi just gets by Budget Bruce. They undercut our heads to the Bluebird in a minute. Rhea Harris also gets past Aiden at the end of things. But has he got DRS on the car ahead? I don't know. Because that's Wolfie on the 2-stop. He's ahead of Rhea Harris currently. But I doubt it will be for long. But Rhea Harris actually didn't get DRS down this straight. Wolfie can save some battery if he likes. And he's not beyond the threat of Rhea Harris just yet. Rose as well, keeping Bald just out of reach. For some proper moves. Exotic Sword as well, trying to go on for a move, maybe on Pablos. Once again, Pablos, I think it's actually just overtook him there, and he won't be able to make a move at the end of things there too. Let's see here, though, down the back of the field, we're actually going to watch the mini back there. I think the two leaders are in the pit lane. Yes, they are, Rose and Ball, but we're going to watch this fight in a minute. Budget Bruce trying to go round the outside here. I hate to try to go round the outside as well. He's going to be very brave. He's might be sandwiched here in the middle, and he's just not able to really do anything there. Baloo into the pit lane as well. He's trying to go on the inside as well. Kodoi maybe forced a bit wide there, and he has been. Let's see, is Boomer going to try and make a move around the outside? He's going to try it, you know, on the outside, and there's contact there between him and Kodoi. There might be a legal overtake from the game there. Let's have a look. I don't know. He might just take the warning there. I don't know if he's going to do it. And oh, there's actually contact, and Rose has been actually tagged there by Rhea Harris. They both went out the pit lane. Wolfie currently leads, even though I don't think he should have been. Hold on a minute, I don't know what even happened there. I don't know. Baloo is just going to get ahead of Blackbone there by the end of things. Bluebird and Kodoi continuing to actually fight at the minute. I'm not sure if either of these guys swap positions, but they're at the same spots that they were. Henson and the Budget Bruce also trying to fight for their positions at the minute. Rose having to deal with Wolfie on the outside. Rhea Harris trying to get the power down. Everyone here is struggling. Wolfie trying to break any sort of tone that he can, and everyone is following in the background there. Rose, he's going to be the first switch. Let's see now. Wolfie has to defend this because he's on the 2-stop. Rhea Harris on the inside. He's going to be 3-1. It's contact, and Wolfie is round. And that was absolutely inevitable. I don't know how none of them really saw it there. Rose continues to lead in the minute as they were 3 wide. I don't know if Rhea Harris got any damage, and there's Bald right on the inside trying to make it work. He only just leaves the amount of space he wants. And there we go now, Bald. Rhea Harris side by side through turn 15 and 16. Contact on the rear tyre there. And almost even more disaster for the pair of them. But Rhea Harris escapes with his car intact, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how he's not got any damage from those incidents, but only just managing to escape. I don't think there's going to be any moves into the first corner, actually, or maybe there will be. Let's see, Ball down the inside. He's not going to get there. Not enough, anyway. And let's see now, Exotic and Ball, the Baloo side. I keep saying Ball because they're both the same. Ooh, Baloo there with a last-minute switch back to the outside there behind Exotic Swords. And he's really going to be careful because Blackbird trying his best to go for some moves, but he's going to try best to make a move on Exotic Swords here. And he's literally pushing him through that first sector there. We've seen it. He's literally pushing him. I don't know how anything is going for these two drivers, but surely one of them has got to be the most frustrating man alive here, and his name is Baloo. He cannot get past the swords here. Exotic being the Aston Wall that Blackbone would have wanted, and let's see now. He goes on the inside. Exotic Swords trying to go for a decent exit, but I don't think he's going to be able to really get anything here. Let's see. Will Blackbone be able to fend off the pair of these drivers? Let's see now. He's going to try, you know, because he's got a lovely bit of overspeed here on the driver ahead of him, which is Baloo. He's going to go to the inside, and I think that's going to be move completed for Blackbone there. He's up to P6. Baloo's going to try and bring it back there. He's going to go around the outside. Blackbone covers him off again. Let's see, though. He's got a bit too deep. He's going to be very under pressure, though, still from the V-car, but I think he'll just be okay there. Yeah, Baloo looks to be all right. He's going to try to swing back to the outside again. It looks like he's got so much grip, that V-carb, and I think he's going to be okay now, Blackbone, and I think he'll be all right. Let's see. Yeah, he'll be all okay. There's going to be no crazy sense into his final few corners. When we also weren't looking there, Bald got Rose. I don't know when it happened, but Bald did get Rose for the lead of this race. But remember, he still has got a free second penalty, so we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Rose and Bria Harris involved in a 3-wide crash, so there might be some words about who wins this race, actually. By the end of things, we will not know, as Caden picks up penalty there as well. Yeah. Crazy stuff there, actually. Oh my god. I need to rest my throat for a second, because this has been a pretty good race, actually, all things considered. And right now, we're going to see even more fighting here in the back of the field. Mucho Capo and Kadon, we're going to calm the calm the throat down a little bit here. So watching feedback marker fights. Yeah, crazy stuff though. However, we're going to have to turn the throat back up again. Rose and Bald fighting back at it once more. This is an awful camera angle. Why are you showing me the worst details possible? But Rose pushed to the inside of the track there. I think he's going to just get it. Bald tries to go really wide, but he's gone too wide there. That's not going to allow him to do anything. He makes another penalty, actually, which is pretty interesting. But Debbie Spencer now as someone who's got minimum 3 second time penalty added to his race. So we know that he can't get really another one removed. And right now, Pablos, another person to get past Wolfie here as he will span round. Surely he's going to come into pit lane this lap for another set of mediums or maybe set hard tyres. He does. So it's pretty unfortunate actually got span round there because it looks like a decent pace. But yeah, these top 3. Oh, Bald! Looked like he was really loose to the tyres there. He'd probably go for an inside move. Couldn't make it. Bald. Probably he's thinking now he's not really got much more chances left in it to make some moves here. We saw what happened to himself in that first stint where Rose just broke away. He's got to try and get some moves done now, because otherwise he's just going to keep collecting penalties behind him, and he does not want that. Bluebird, though, is going to be the first contend with Wolfie once his tyres warm up. He's trying his best to catch up to Budget Bruce and Henson. Henson was actually fighting there, but obviously Wolfie broke up the pair of them when they were fighting. Now Budget Bruce, actually, I don't know when he managed to do it, but he has got ahead of Bluebird, and yeah, he gets another penalty. Exotic Swords, another person getting another penalty there. So yeah, crazy stuff right now of all the penalties going on. The clouds looking pretty overcast once again, and I don't know if there's rain in the air. We will not know. That might be why Jalen has been disqualified for multiple penalties. I cannot believe what I've just seen. He's on 37 seconds of penalties. Oh my lord, Jalen. Oh my lord. I don't know what to say to you. Anyway, Exotic and Kodoy continuing to fight a minute. Exotic has got the better of him. We're keeping it on the tyres a minute though, because this is the most important part of the race. This is how I'm keeping up with everything that's going on at the minute. At least somewhat keeping up, because right now, if I didn't have this indicator, I wouldn't have known Wolfie and Bluebird are fighting on some much different tyres here. Wolfie being pushed to the limits of the edge of the track, but I think he's just going to get it there. Bluebird trying to hang around the outside. Great racing with the pair of them, but Bluebird, I think, has to concede by the end of it. Wolfie's just on the fresh tyres, and yeah, brilliant so actually for the pair of them. Bluebird leaving just enough space. Wolfie leaving just enough on that exit as well to make sure Bluebird doesn't go absolutely fly off the track. So, brilliant stuff for the pair of them. And there's a little bit of a wide moment there for Budget Bruce as Caleb brings on penalty down the back of the field. So, yeah, I think if right now there's some big losers, I mean, I'll do that in a minute. I think we'll do another, we'll do a little thing before it starts getting a bit boring. We get see a big winner, see a big loser maybe. But right now, a big winner might be bald. He makes the move on the inside there, leaving hardly any space for Rose to work with. He's up into the lead once again, but once again, he has those penalties. And he actually got purple sector 2 there, so even on those tyres, he's doing pretty well for himself. Baloo gets back past Blackbone though, so after a little kerfuffle that they had, they're okay now. So, someone else actually needs to watch their backs. Bluebird here on Budget Bruce. Budget Bruce can't do anything. Wolfie also got him during that section. Budget Bruce lost 2 places. Now, Bluebird hopefully wants to try and follow Wolfie through to get to our Henson again. Maybe these two can start fighting. But I know that's going to happen in a minute. Bald actually with the fastest lap of the race. So he really drained a lot of battery there, but it's in return for a lot of clean air. So, hopefully, he'll be able to use it well, as he's really fighting the car, actually. If he's even flicking the steering wheel somewhat, which, I mean, it was good enough on 22, but I don't know how good it is really this game. I don't think it's really that great in the race, but he's doing it anyway. Anyway, though, I think we're probably going to see who is probably a big winner in this race and who's a big loser. A big loser is Jalen. I think that's incredibly clear already. He's disqualified for too many penalties. I can't believe I'm saying that. Anyway, no, if I'm going to say a big winner, it's pretty tough, actually. I'd probably say Pablos. He's got ahead of his teammate. He's broken quite a big of a gap. Definitely on a lap on the tyres, but he's broken a gap when they were pretty much set, like right next to each other. So I think he's done pretty well. Rose, though, trying to make a move here on board, fix the move. Nothing happening at the minute. Maybe someone else actually could be a big winner here. Wolfie, I mean, he may not finish in the place where he started. He may not finish higher than where he started. He's given us a hell of a lot to sort of look at in terms of fighting, though. And he's up now into P8. He's going to try best maybe to get past the other Ferrari there of Aiden in a few laps' time. So let's wait and see on that one. I had to try to making a move back, but he can't really do anything there. Budget Bruce also passed Bluebird again, but Budget Bruce had an awful entry to the corner there. It looked like he locked up everything on his car. But Williams is all okay. It looks like Bluebird can't really do anything about it in a minute. He's still stuck in that P11 spot with that penalty as well. The big winner is pretty hard to decide. But I'm going to say Wolfie. I'm going to say Pablos. I think those two are the main ones right now. Pablos does have a penalty, but he's been doing pretty damn well at the minute. I mean, he may still be in with a chance to lose that P4. Baloo is trying to gain on him a little bit here, and Blackman also trying to fight Baloo. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, right now Pablos is probably a big winner. Main one, I think. Definitely the main one. And yeah, I think maybe probably big loser. I might want to say Bald. I mean, he's had the pace clearly for the win, but yeah, track limits have not really helped him too much. Jalen is another big there too. I'm not sure else. I guess maybe Exotic Swords actually, as well. Rose dives up the inside. Bald switchbacks from there. Pretty lovely move from them. I think they're just fighting for the sake of it now. And speaking of fighting for the sake of it, Blackbone gets past Baloo, but there's a bit more work behind this one. It's for that track position. It is for pride. And let's see now, Blackbone and Baloo. Baloo tries to go on the inside. Blackbone cuts him off immediately. He's not wanting anyone to go anywhere near him. And yeah, brilliant stuff from Blackbone up to P5. And he'll be the one trying to chase within 3 seconds of Pablos now. Yeah, I said he's off the swords. He seemed to have a decent start, fell off completely, but he is on a 2-stop, I guess, so he might be able to make a few more moves. Jeremy Sapp didn't have a great start to begin with, but I think he's sort of just been stuck in that DRS train for quite a while. I guess Wolfie as well. I mean, he's probably going to get P7. I said he was a big winner mainly because he's making a bunch of moves, but yeah, the 2-stop was never going to work for him, and he's going to finish probably quite a while behind here at this rate if those mediums, they're probably going to fall off a cliff soon, to be honest. Anyway, though, he is up to P7, and he'll try his best to get through to Baloo and Blackbone. If he does, I'll definitely consider his big winner then. However, right now, I'm not really thinking so. Anyway, let's have a look at the guys out in front. As Koda picks up penalty down P16. There's a bit of weaving going on here for Bald. And I don't blame him because Rose is going to try and move on the inside to be very close to the pair of them. Don't think Ball expected that one even. And let's see, Ball, will he just hold on to it? He will just hold on to it there. Only just. It's great stuff, actually. This is fantastic stuff. So make sure those own moves actually being made afterwards. Don't want to cut back and then go, oh my god, there's another move being made. But yeah, Mooch Kappa, no penalty as well, down P14. There is a lot of penalties in this race. A lot of penalties in this race. Rose is another one to pick up penalty here. Interesting. So, I might double check this actually after turn 1. Let's have a look. As we see Rose, will he try and make a move in his first turn actually? Just want to make sure of this. He is not going to. Right. Let's have a quick look at Bria Harris' warnings. Where did he get them? Lap 1, lap 14, and lap 19. So move 1 was for collision. Let's have a look. Exceeding track limits. Where is Kano? Bria Harris, sorry. Kodoy with some warnings there. Let's try and do this quick because obviously we're missing out probably some racing action. But we need to know. Bria Harris, collision with Wolfie. What is his other one? His other one is another warning. So he's also got to watch out for a free-second penalty here. Because right now, Bria Harris on course in this race. And he's just got a penalty. Oh my god! Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Right, it's a straight fight between Rose and Bria Harris, it looks like here. Unless they get much more warnings. And look at the fighting that's going on here. Bald and Rose fighting their lives on there. Ball goes tiny bit wide. Rose on the exit. Lovely move. Bald just isn't able to hang on to that one. Baloo is going to get ahead of Blackbird as well as they keep fighting for P5 and P6. But they haven't made any inroads to Pablos, and they are probably going to be all right now. For the rest of this race, it's going to be swapping back between the pair of them. Wolfie's catched up or caught up by a second in this lap, I think, so far. But I think that's going to be okay for the rest of this race. Actually, Blackbird, they're very close to maybe getting a move done there. And Bluebird is another one to get a move done there. He's lost a few seconds to the car in front. And Budget Bruce trying to go really aggressively inside. That was late, but he scared Bluebird offline, and he's just managed to make it work. And Bluebird now going to try the exact same thing back to him. Another send right up the inside, and he goes back up into that P10 spot. Crazy stuff. And I think some people now, they're just fighting to fight. These two out in front are the main reason why I think that. Rose and Bald have been fighting on their lives depending on it. But Bald, no matter what here, unless Rose absolutely throws track limits out the window, he's going to finish behind Rose in the first place. But they're both just fighting for the love of the game, for my entertainment, and it's absolutely incredible to see. And, big bad exit though. Let's see, it's Ray Harrison's capitalise on that one. Let's have a look. He's turned on the battery, but I don't think he's really got much better exit here, Bria Harris, as well. Bald, he's not losing much battery either. He's just making the DRS do the work for him. Don't blame him there. That was a bad exit from him. Some people are just fighting the fight now, and I mean, I don't mind it at all because people are going a lot more aggressive here, and I love it. However, these guys out in front of the lead. I don't know what to say about them. I mean, they've done great, but it's annoyed me how they've all got warnings and penalties when I talk about warnings and penalties. It's ridiculous. I was like, Ball's just got 6 second penalties, and Rose because I'm 3 seconds. Now I'm thinking, as soon as that happens, Bria Harris in contention with the race. Literally 3 seconds later, Bria Harris makes some penalty. I don't know what to say. That's actually a big lock up there for Bald. Hold on a minute. It's going to be close on the exit turn 1, but nothing really works there. Wolfie actually does pick a penalty now. I don't really know what else to say here. These guys out in front, I mean, I've loved their fighting, but realistically, you also actually don't know the end of this grid right now. I mean, Rose, right now, he's going to win. But remember, we had that crash between Rose, Bria Harris, and Wolfie. I don't know who's at fault for that one. Obviously, I need to go see all the onboards and everything else and watch it all back again. But you never know. Rose got a penalty for that. I don't know if he will. Bria Harris got a penalty for that. Maybe Pablos can try and find something in his pace. I don't know. Anything can really happen for this podium, and maybe for the win, but we don't know yet. Ball struggling now on them tyres. You saw how much understeer he was getting. And I'm pretty surprised there's no raindrops in the air now. It's getting very overcast. I don't see a single bit of blue sky, in fact. Let's keep looking around. Yeah, no blue sky whatsoever from what I'm seeing. And there might be some rain in these last 2 laps. Who knows? I don't know what is going to happen in this race, because approximate weather just makes it even better, in all honesty. It makes it so much better in these races, because occasionally you're going to have times where you don't know the strategy 100%, and you might see spots of rain coming down. We will not know yet, but I think it will stay away for the rest of this race. If I'm going to be honest, it will stay away most likely. I don't think it's really dark enough. It's very overcast, obviously, but I don't think it's really dark enough. Mojo Bruce picked up a penalty, and the only 2 now left without penalties are 2 Hungarians in black, brown, and blue. But how close they are, I do not know, actually. Let's have a quick look. On board, as we're on board with the there is 2 warnings for them. Blackbone, 2 warnings as well. So, yeah, they're both very close penalties as well. Bald, 9 seconds now. He's out the fight officially for the win. If anything was able to maybe happen, it's now not going to happen for Bald. It's just Rose and Rhea Harris now. But Rhea Harris looks like he's just able to stick with these guys. Jeremy sabotaged possession in the pit lane, interestingly. He was in a points-paying position. I'm not sure why he's done that. As G. Benny picks up a penalty lower down the field. I really know why Jeremy Sabotaged done that. Maybe something's gone wrong with his wheel or something like that. I don't know. But, yeah, interesting stuff as to why he's done that. Really? Wouldn't have thought so. That was a bit of a lock-up there for Pablos. He made the corner. As Blackburn, though, is going to make a move on his teammate. Yeah, that was pretty close, actually, there between Pablos. It tells him there's still chances of things to go wrong at the minute. Right now, we still got a good 4 laps left. It's taken a minute to finish up this race, but I think it's been pretty damn good in the end of things. Definitely need to go and look back at a few incidents, obviously. But, yeah, crazy stuff. Still get a flag sector 1 for Jeremy Saf's stopped car. I don't know if that's going to get cleared or not, but we'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah, Rosa at a minute, continuing to lead. And I think this will be the way it stays unless Bald has some fighting to do. Let's wait and see once again. He's off to go another penalty now. This is awful for him. And yeah, I think actually the 2-stop is backfiring quite a lot here. Wolfie has found no pace since he got past Aiden. And even though he did actually claw 2 seconds away from him, he's now fallen further back behind Baloo and Blackbone. And he's fallen back to clutches of Aiden in these last 2 laps. We'll have to wait and see if something happens between them lot again as well, as Bald dumping the battery once again. See if he can maybe make a move here on Rose. He's going to maybe try one. The closing people was there, but maybe the move was not. Let's see between actually these 2 as well. They might be starting to have some nice fighting as well here. Let's have a look. Jeremy Sapping's session obviously hit it for a set fresh tyres. Obviously it's AI did, but yeah, he is out of this one. And the Wolfie and Aiden, maybe they're going to start having a bit of a fight now. Wolfie looks to got a nice exit there, though, and Aiden has got much battery to play with, actually. And Wolfie does. So maybe Aiden needs something inspirational. He's going to maybe try him miles later on the brakes. Van Wolfie, I think maybe Wolfie just tried to save a battery or something, but that was miles later for Aiden there. That was incredible stuff. He was able to make that one, but he wasn't able to. He's not going to try one here, surely, but he's forced. He's not doing too bad in all honesty, Aiden here. However, we have to look back to the front of the field again, because these lot are close again. And it's a penultimate lap of the race now, as the Sauber follows a little bit further behind here, but still following nonetheless. And yeah, Bald still doing his best with rustling the feathers here of Rose. I think it's all he can really do. I mean, I've obviously said that there's no real chance of winning this race, but if there's anything he can do, it's just try and do anything to the guys out front there, actually. While I was saying, I think Baloo and Blackburn actually went side by side for the first few corners of that S section. So, brilliant stuff to them, actually. They made it work. And if they didn't, then I just read that all completely wrong, and I give them no credit. Anyway, Aiden and Wolfie, they're both still trying to have a fight. Bald and Rose, they can't have their real fight anymore until this last lap. We'll have to wait and see what happens to them lot. And G. Benny picked up another penalty in the back there. I think he's on a load of penalties now maybe, or not less than Jalen, but he's on quite a few penalties here. Baloo, can he make the move on Blackburn? He can't make it this lap. He has to make one last lap, or he's going to try and make one in 6-3. We're going to keep on boarding for a minute. And I think, yes, yeah, probably going to be last lap here now. Let's have a look. No, there'll be no move for him, I think, here. But we are going to start the last lap with these guys here, Rose and Bald. My throat is pretty much about to give out because of how much shouting there has been. But Budget Bruce and Bluebird have still been fighting for the rest of this race. It's been great to see. I'm going to really enjoy this race. However, let's see what is going to happen on this last lap. I've got one more lap to go, and let's see if I'm going to be able to make it. As with all the other drivers in this race, and there's almost a move for Baloo there. And actually, he might be able to make it. Running outside here, let's have a look. He might just. I don't think he's going to be able to in the end, though. And here we go. This is the fight that we can also be promised here. Yeah, look, Rhea Harris, actually, he's going to get ahead of Bald, and Bald's got nothing for it. He's obviously not got much time in hand with those penalties. But yeah, look, Bald has not got DRS. He's got the battery advantage, but he's not got DRS. He's going to break the toe, go to the inside. Let's have a look now with Rhea Harris. We're trying to break him. Let's see. It's very close to the pair of them. There's contact because Rhea Harris will actually want to switch back. Couldn't get it, and there we go. I think that's going to be it for everybody. And Baloo has got ahead of Blackbone. Blackbone had an awful exit. It's not going to work for him anymore. But Rose is now miles clear. Let's see these two. Look at them go. Absolutely weaving right around the track. Blackburn's going to try and go for any sort of move. He's ruined it, though, for the rest of this first sector. I think Baloo will keep it in the end of it. But here we go. Rose round the last corner. He's done it again here. He is won in Kota. And it's going to be Ball on second, or on track at least, and Rhea Harris in third. But they're going to swap with those penalties in the end. Ablos, actually... Oh, my goodness me, hold on a minute. It's actually a free wide moment. Aiden and Wolfie also fighting. Oh, my goodness me, we've got a lot of bits to have a look at here. Let's look at these guys. We're having to take out the bit of the racing here. He's not going to got past Bluebird. Blackbone, Baloo finished P5, P6. Wolfie and Aiden, they get still trying to make some moves. In the final corner, Wolfie goes. That's really, really on the limit. But Wolfie's just made it work. And he's just got through. So Henson, a very peaceful P9 for him. His teammate, a little less peaceful P8. Budget Bruce comes across the line in that P10 spot. We'll leave it change. Exotic goes P11. Bluebird gets ahead of Exotic in the end for that P12 spot. And I think it will all calm down now as you see cars stricken on the main straight. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. Let's have just a little bit of a cool down as we see everybody else come across the line there. Kodai across the line for P13. Unfortunate result for him, especially off his podium. Mucho Capo across the line. P14 for him too. G. Benny across the line. He's with P15. Less of some changes last minute. He's still with P15. There's no points for G. Benny. And Kadon will be the last person to come across the line in P16. And that will round off this race. Yeah, I'm definitely going to expect a few calling of people's names in this one. Definitely some contact in some of this race, but I think some of that was incredibly fun to watch, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself in that race. Driver of the day, who will it go to according to the game? I actually don't know who it will go to. Let's have a look. Driver of the day will go to... Let's have a look as Rose was celebrating for the win. Driver of the day goes to Wolfie, and for the most overtakes. I'm not sure on that one. I'd still happily say Pablos is my driver today. Definitely think about putting him on there. But yeah, I guess Wolfie did pretty good on that two-stop in the end to make most of the ground up that he missed out in the end. But he was actually almost passed by Aiden in the end there. Anyway, though, let's have a quick run-through of the winners and the rest of the grid, really. Yeah, Rose, the winner of this race. Started on pole, finished on the top step. Rhea Harris maybe was challenging him for a second there with Rose's penalty, but he got one in the end. He finished second. Bald at least got faster stat for his worries, but he got 9-6 penalties too. He finished third. Pablos in P4. Baloo and Blackburn, the only two without penalties in P5 P6. Wolfie just gets ahead of Aiden in P8 and his teammate Henson in P9. Budget Bruce runs out on top 10. Blue Red in P11. Exotic Swords in P12. Coda in P13. Mucha Kappa rounds out our point scorers. Then G Betty and Kadom, the two people who do not score points, and the three DNFers of Jeremy South, Cole Pillow, and the actual DSQ there in the end of Jalen with far too many penalties to his name. But unfortunately, that's the way it's gone for him this race. And I think we will now be signing off on this one. We're going to give you a quick update to these drivers' standings, everything. Let's have a quick look. Make sure most people's names are the same. I believe they are. I think just Kadom's missing here. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think it's just Kadom. Everyone else looks to be perfectly all right. Let's have a look here. Right. Drivers' standings. Who is where? Rose, unsurprisingly, still leads 2 wins in a row, 2 poles in a row. It has been really good for him. He's only missed out on 2 points for those fastest laps, but he's done great. Rhea Harris, a little bit of a struggle town this first race, but he's right up to P2 once again. Blackbone looks to be, I think, actually, close in the end to P3, actually, because I didn't actually update the results from the previous issues there. Anyway, yeah, I believe Blackbone will be P4 and Wolfie will be P3. Wolfie will be on 34 points, Blackbone on 32. Henson on 24 in P5. Bald, his first race back, he's going to be P7, but he's obviously the biggest gainer. So I've got to appreciate him. Kodoi is only 2 points ahead of him, no, they're in P6. Bald is P7. Pablos in P8. Another big gainer, actually, they're 16 places up. And a brilliant result, actually, from him in P4 this race. Baloo, another one as well, in P9. Budget Bruce rounds out a top 10 for the driver's standings. Let's see now with the constructors. Sauber continue to lead in a minute by only 3 points, so to Mercedes. So 57 to 54. It's pretty easy to usurp right now. Actually, I'm going to add another 2 points, actually. That's Sauber team. 59 points, 54. Because I still changed that result from Silverstone on Race Lead Tools. Just a few shenanigans with penalties and warnings. But yeah, I'll pretty much know what exactly the standings are. Yeah. Anyway, though, Racing Bulls in P3, Ferrari in P4, Haas just ahead of Red Bull once again, both on 32 points. But Haas, courtesy of a podium from Wolfie in the first round, they are P5 instead of P6. Haas, nope. Haas P5, sorry. Williams P7, McLaren P8, Alpine P9, Aston Martin in P10. A bit unfortunate for them, but they've got more points to the ball than they did in their first race. So that's all I can really say for them. And there we go. Let me actually change the results of the first round while I'm here. Because, yeah, I don't think Blackburn's get a penalty removed. There we go. Let me double check the standings out. Should be all okay. Refresh. Yeah, there we go. Blackbone is P4 in the driver's standings, behind Wolfie. Kodai gets ahead of Bald, and then Sauber get a few extra point advantages. Hassel behind Red Bull. There we go. Right. And I think that is something I really need to talk about. So, Silverstone is next, and it's going to be in October. So it's going to be a spooky Halloween season. Let's hope it's not going to be very scary for some people. We're going to have 5 races actually in October. Silverstone, Hungary, Jeddah, Lusail, and Austria Reverse. I can't wait for those races to happen. I'm Miss Cookie. This has been BRL Season 13, Round 2 in Texas. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.